Permission to speak, Chief.
Permission granted, comrade.
Hey, this is Nose Ride Nollie Flip Guy from Love Park. I'm here to talk about Levittown's best skateboarder, Timmy Asta. You might know him from such critically acclaimed films such as Patchwork 1, Patchwork 2, Hollowback, Hotwax video.
So let's talk about Bobby Booskin. He's Levittown's best filmer. He's the only one that can keep up with Timmy Asta. Timmy Asta lands all of his tricks first try.
But Bobby Booskin was there to film it. He was there to get it all on.
They can.
And let's talk about dreams with Bobby Booskin. You would think that working for your favorite skateboarder would be a dream, but it's actually
It's not cool to work for a generic
bank company because they actually
pay you on.
Hefty ones?
Hefty ones,
They're
yeah.
hefty.
Whatever, trying to help the conversation get going.
Yeah, we back with these hefty ass shots of Jameson with Tom Asta and Ian Berry. What's good, boys?
Yeah, pass them out.
Who wants the
I
Philly
want the
one?
Philly one. I'm
Yeah.
taking Pittsburgh.
I'll take
You got Harrisburg.
Mind my reach.
Pittsburgh, Tom.
Pittsburgh, I've never been.
All
Cheers,
right,
boys.
Salute. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, thanks for braving the cold. Ooh. Mind setting that over there? All right.
So today was what? A high of -1 or some shit?
I think it was.
So what did you guys get into today?
We went to an indoor park. Our friend has a spot.
Nice.
They do
Nice.
Low key.
I'm proud of
Yeah,
okay,
we don't have to.
okay.
We won't blow it up.
Undisclosed.
We'll keep him out.
but no heater.
Mm.
So they have a outdoor kerosene heater that blows heat in. We turn it on for 20 minutes, but it smells so bad.
Jeez.
Instantly, eyes burn, and you can't
Hotbox in
breathe.
the spot.
It doesn't get
Yeah.
that hot.
Works good to heat up your trucks for a little bit.
Nice.
Turn on
Oh,
at least 5 minutes, heat up
yeah.
your trucks.
But you
Turn
start to
off,
feel
skate.
dizzy, because it's
All
so.
the fumes.
There's
yeah.
no ventilation, so it's just out the kerosene. My
Yeah.
clothes still smell. I had to go home and shower and
It's bad.
get rid of all the clothes.
Desperate times.
But it's a spot to skate when you can't go outside.
So where'd you guys grow up?
I grew up in Langhorne
I grew
and still live there.
I grew up in Fairless Hills, and I still live there.
You're pretty rooted in Langhorne, right? Your parents have a hotel,
Yeah,
or it's in
my
your
parents.
family.
Yeah, they lived down the street from me, where I grew up, and then I bought a house there, and they had their business or whatever. They own a bar in Langhorne right there.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
a bar.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's cool. It's called the Langhorne Hotel.
Oh, that's why I thought it was a hotel. It's
Yeah,
a bar
yeah.
named Langhorne
So it's a
Hotel.
bar
That's funny.
restaurant, but they rent out the rooms upstairs. People live there.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
cool.
sick.
It's little apartments and stuff.
Nice. How long have they owned
George
that?
Washington staying there.
Building's
Nice.
old. It was
So it's been around
built in
for a minute.
1704.
Damn.
Jesus
So
Christ.
it's-
Has your
yeah.
family been in that area since?
No, my grandfather bought it, but I don't even remember the year that he bought it. But
Mm.
then it got passed down to my dad and my uncle, and that's where it is right now still.
You gonna
Cool.
take it over one day?
So I have no idea. No, I don't really plan on it, but we'll see what happens.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you? You said you grew up in Fairless Hills?
I grew up in Fairless Hills. Actually, I bought a house a couple years ago just down the street from my parents' house.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
So it's pretty close.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So it's 2-minute drive. They take care of my dog when I'm away. So
Yeah,
nice.
that's a good
Yeah.
plug to
Yeah.
have. Yeah, my parents, my mom and stepdad watch my cat.
Mhm.
It's fucking, it's clutch to have. For sure.
Yeah, it sounds like it's nothing, but it's pretty big. My
No, it
dog's
comes
kind
in
of a
handy.
bitch too. He can't just stick around the house by himself most of the days. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard enough with a cat, man. Dogs are tricky. I love them, but what kind of breed?
Shih Tzu Poodle.
Nice.
I can understand why it's kind of a bitch.
Yeah. Fancy.
He bites my shoes constantly. He brought him skating a few times. He's always biting people's feet.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
I'll bring him out skating. He'll follow me for a little while, and then if he loses sight of me, he kind of trips out.
Mm.
So then anybody who goes by, he'll fucking snap. at
Yeah,
their feet.
dogs and skateboards, man. They're fucking. There's some connection there. They either freak out or they love them. But it's
Frequency.
yeah. There's something going on.
I related it to Nike SBs. He doesn't like Nikes usually.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
rare that he bites the S's, but he usually goes for Nikes.
Damn, he's keeping it core.
He is. Keep it core.
So you're a little older than Tom, right?
Yeah.
So we'll start with you. When did you find skateboarding?
I was probably 14, 15, so 95, 94.
Damn.
It was like bullshit skating. It was like a real thin blue plastic board.
Yeah.
I'd like have to stand on it like this way to go down the driveway. I didn't even know anything about it. I just saw it at like Toys R Us and we got it. And I was terrible at it, so I ditched that. And then like a year later, I got like in the normal boards, I got like it was like a dork board. It was like the New York Peppermint Patty dork board. It was a new school.
That was
Yeah,
a brand,
I've
Dork?
It was a dork logo. The brand was New School.
Yeah, I've seen that graphic somewhere.
So I just started skating then and waxed the curb. The dudes on the street skated, so we just skated wax curb all day.
Oh, nice. Is this in like a cul-de-sac?
Kind of. It was
Oh,
like
word.
it's like a side street that nobody liked doing.
That's cool.
The
Yeah.
same as like playing hockey in the street. Like game off, you have to stop. You know?
Yeah, cars coming and whatnot. Yeah.
But it took me forever to learn how to ollie. Like almost a full year. Like it really wasn't something I should have been doing, but I loved it. Like probably because I used to play baseball and like soccer and basketball, and it was kind of easy to do.
Yeah.
I could never skateboard. It was hard, so I stuck with it. Fuck, what's it like 20 years later almost?
Jeez, yeah.
So it's cool.
I feel like it never gets easier, but it's definitely.
It gets harder.
Yeah.
The worst is the legs, the knees. That for me, my knees are so bad. Like,
Starting to go out on
Yeah,
you.
skateboarding's not really
Yeah.
friendly to your body.
Not at
it's
all.
It's like the fucking. You're just like destroying yourself for years. But it's fun, so
you
fuck
are.
it.
It is fun. And there's always a new challenge to go on.
Yeah.
What were you doing in '94?
I don't know, probably learn how to take a shit. No, I was 4, so hopefully I could do that by then. Shit, I don't know. I was 4. I don't remember.
So you guys met at G-Spot though, like fast forwarding a little bit.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, like,
yeah.
I remember his like family coming in, because it was like him, his sisters, his parents. Like it was a big squad. So
Yeah.
we had it was a small location. You have to go downstairs to a basement to like look at the boards. So anytime a big group came in,
You had to walk
I remember his
around.
parents more than I remember him. To be
Wait,
honest,
was it a bi-level shop?
it was 3.
Yeah.
Really?
It was like the
Damn,
first
that's
floor was
crazy.
like closed. Downstairs, like the sketchy ass stairs, like they were steep as shit. My mom fell down the stairs, all of them. So she made us put grip tape on every step.
Oh man.
So, but yeah, to go downstairs and that's where the shoes and the boards were, and then upstairs was the
It
office.
was sick. It was like one of the sickest shops.
Yeah, that's
ever.
that's a sick setup.
You managed G-Spot, right?
Yeah.
So
I
how
ran
did
the
you
shop
get
there.
how did you get to become the manager? Like what was
Just
leading
there
up to
forever.
that?
I was
Like a lurker, and then you got hired. and then it just
lurker,
kinda
got
happened.
hired. I was going to I was going to school at Penn State. While I was going to Penn State, I went to Abington Satellite Campus.
Oh, okay.
So while I was going to school, I was working at G-Spot full time.
Oh.
And then I did my intern with G-Spot, and then after I graduated, I just kept working.
Yeah.
Who was working there when you started working there?
Who was working there? A lot of the Hotwax dudes. Like
Really?
Chachi, Pat, Polidor, Pomp. It was all friends. Like Whitey worked there before Whitey stopped skating. Because I could hire who I wanted, so I hired
Yeah.
my friends.
Yeah,
Eventually
yeah.
hired Tom.
Oh, you worked there for a little bit?
Damn.
Yeah.
Vacuuming, shooting BB guns in the place.
Well, how old were you when you
Causing a
started
ruckus.
going to
I was
G-Spot?
probably like 16. When I started going there?
Yeah.
Probably like, started skating when I was 10, so probably like 11, 12, because I got my first board like the year I started skating. Probably like 12, I would say, when I started going there.
And you got hired when you said you were 16,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
about,
it was probably
yeah.
16.
Yeah.
which is like after school, just helping out or some shit, gripping some boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, weekends, holidays, like
Yeah, I'd come in.
it was
I-
big
yeah,
when we
grip boards.
used to grip fucking so many boards. At that time, like there was
Yeah,
no
skateboarding
there was
yeah.
no internet stuff, so like we gripped so many boards a day. Like that was nuts back then.
Yeah.
But I saw a sponsor me tape of him. I don't even. He was young as shit. The crazy thing was that how could he flip the board
Yeah.
and have flick like at that time? Like
It was like really little.
I remember
like real
he was wearing
short.
S's then too. I remember it was like a line at like the Council Rock double set. I think he did like a
Yeah.
half cab flip to start the line, and the flick was just. I was like, holy shit, dude!
Yeah.
It's fucking gnarly. Like just seeing that, like he's not strong enough to do that, and he still had like the Reynolds flick, and I was
Yeah.
like, that was fucking gnarly. And
Yeah,
like,
good eye.
I remember him and his dad came in, like, cause it was like the official, like, you're sponsored by G Spot or whatever.
Yeah.
And his dad came with him, and I remember talking to his dad the whole time, and not him.
Yeah.
And he gave
Well, I
me like
remember-
a firm handshake.
Yeah. He's like, he's funny. But I remember like when I got sponsored by G Spot, it was like at X Park kinda. You were like, yo, come in on Monday. Like
Yeah.
I wanted like, you know, you want to rap for G Spot? Like come in on Monday. And I was like, fucking be there. You know, obviously I'll be there on Monday. And then yeah, my dad came with me, and I was
Did
all
your
nervous.
parents?
That's probably why you talked to him the whole time.
Did your parents ever mention to either of you like you're riding for a skate shop called?
Yeah, what's up with
G-Spot?
what's up with the name
Dude, no,
G-Spot?
I don't know.
I feel like that would not fly.
They
these
never said
days,
that to
like,
me anyway.
That's. So
I mean, that was
funny.
a question that everybody that came in with. They
Yeah.
were like, why is it called G Spot?
Kind of genius though,
Yeah.
because like the name sticks out. You hear that and you do a double take.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It was a bunch of like surfer stoners that started it. Like, it was originally called Adrenaline. It started in New Hope and
Oh,
then
okay.
moved to Fairless Hills
Yeah.
and switched the name to G Spot. And it was like, I remember going there when I was 15. Like,
Oh, so it's been around for a while.
oh yeah, it's been around since '93. I think it was it.
Oh, wow.
In Fairless
That's
Hills.
the year I was born.
Yeah, same.
So I remember going there, like, we would cut, there was, right, like, we'd hop a fence, and it was, like, right up the street from my parents' house. And we'd, like, be banging on the door. It was, like, fucking 1 in the afternoon. Like, what the hell are these people doing? We'd fucking knock, and wake up the dude who was in the basement sleeping on the vibrating chairs that they still had while we were working.
Damn, like
running
those
a
massage
legit-
chairs, they have it like
two
the
of
mall
them,
and
two
shit.
legit massage chairs and a pool
Damn.
table.
Damn, a pool
Damn.
table
So
at the
we-
shop?
Yeah, we'd wake
Holy
this dude
shit.
up and he'd come he'd like answer the door with a blanket on. And he was a sketchy dude. I think he had like a stripper down there too, like all the time. And we knew the times. We're like, dude, on the weekends we'll go, we'll get a discount. Because we would like, he would want to get us out as quick as he could, you know? So we'd be like, oh, I don't know if I want this. And he'd be like, what the fuck, just take it. And we're like, I'll buy it for $25. So we'd haggle him because we knew like
Damn.
he wanted us out. But they were just party dudes at that time, like
Yeah.
back then, you know?
Well, I heard G Spot started as like a party spot and turned it into a skate shop.
I don't know. I mean, it was, yeah, probably. I don't know, like in '93
Yeah.
what they were doing, but yeah, they were. I mean, those dudes were they were really just chilling. Like they were like, we're gonna run a shop and
Yeah,
like
it sounds
hang out,
like it, dude.
and it turned into like, fuck, dude. I remember at times we would get like 60 huge boxes of Osiris D3s, and like we had no room to even store them, and they would go out that fast, like.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and globes, Chet Thomas with the Chet 4s. You were there then, I think.
I don't know. Dude.
They would go
Shoes
out
are
so
fucking
fast.
insane, man.
They were the biggest, shittiest
They're so
shoes.
big.
And we
I
would
don't know how
sell
people fuck
every
with
single
them.
one. Like, and people would be like, "You don't got them?" No, we sold out. Like, I mean, it was nuts then. Like, so it started from like a party shop to like fucking insane. Like, it was nuts.
Damn.
What do we have? Like 12 employees in that fucking building.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Probably more.
crazy.
12 employees in a skate shop. And
We
like
had
a
what?
weird
There'd
bi-level.
be at least one person had to be downstairs at all times because you couldn't, like, people would steal shit. And they'd be
Yeah,
always
of
down there.
course.
And then there'd be like, yeah, like probably 2 on the floor and then registers. There was 2 registers.
But then think like one of like the holidays. It was like 3 people gripping boards.
Yeah,
at
Yeah,
the
that shit's
holidays was
probably
different.
insane.
Yeah.
And then they had that, towards the end anyway, they kind of started this like little thrift shop in the back and they had more people working at that place.
So who owned this and started this like crazy thing that was G Spot?
It was a couple, Mark and Leslie Levito. She worked for Baker for a long time too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She moved to Cali and ran. She was doing a lot of shit at Baker. I don't know. She owns a
Yeah, I don't know,
company
she's
now,
pretty,
but I don't
like,
know what
big
she
time
does.
Baker. I don't know what she's doing either.
What's your craziest G Spot story?
I can't talk about that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We'll keep it, yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Tom?
My
Anything you can talk
craziest-
about?
At G Spot?
Yeah.
My craziest story? I mean, mine kind of sucks, but the first thing that came to my mind was like, we were trying to shoot for Focus, we were trying to shoot a G Spot ad, and we thought it'd be funny to do it on the building. They had a cellar door there.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was doing like kickflip fakie on the cellar door, and like I forget who was even shooting the photo, and it was cold as fuck. It was super cold outside, and I go up, I kickflip fakie, slip out, fucking broke my arm.
Are you serious?
shit.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
Dude.
And then I was with like Dom, Ashad, and Ann. They all took me to the hospital and got all fixed up. But that story sucks. That's why I said that.
Oh,
That's the first
damn.
thing that popped in my head. I got sponsored by G-Spot, kind of.
I guess it was Hotwax
So,
before,
because
but
right
it
when I
wasn't.
started riding for G-Spot, I remember that was like, you know, I skated for G-Spot, and then you guys hit me up to like kind of skate a few times after that.
Yeah.
It was like, and it was X-Park days, because actually the first time that I remember was I was going to X-Park, and I had my homie over, and my parents were about to take me to X-Park to skate, and you hit me up like, yo, you want to go skate? We're going into like Trevos or something, and
Oh yeah, double set.
yeah, whatever, and I'm like, these dudes are hitting me up, yeah, I'm gonna go skate. Like, I don't know if did that homie come with us? Because I think I said like I'm with my friend. I don't know if he came or not. But
Matt.
No.
McCaff?
It was Matt McCaff and one other dude who's a random. But
Wait, was it? We had names for them all. I think.
it was that kid
like
Chris Weldon.
Oh no, I thought it was like
Like-
what's his name? Dan Deerdorf.
No, it wasn't him.
He was like.
But anyway,
sports
I remember
fan.
I like switched the script on him. I was like, dude, we're gonna go skate with these dudes, you know. And then yeah, you guys came pick me up, and then that was like the first time I skated with like, you know, Hotwax or whatever. And I went skating with them. I went to some double set that like, I think because it was like, yo, we got this friend section we're trying to fill clips in and
Yeah.
all this stuff, and like, so I did this front set flip. I don't even think I actually landed
You
it
didn't
on this
make
double
it.
set. It was like lit up by Jenny and lights, so I like rode away for, it was cold as fuck too, I
It was
think.
cold as fuck.
So I think I landed and I was like riding away for like 5 feet into the dark, like before, basically
Yeah,
after the
yeah.
lights.
Yeah, and you're
like,
oh,
oh,
I
you
cut
cut
it.
that
That's
shit.
cool,
Yeah, if you can't see
And that
it,
was my
then-
friend section clip in the first Hotwax video.
Damn. So how did the Hotwax crew come about, and who was in it?
Originally, it was me, Chris Cole, Jay Fonstock, and Ryan Beck, and we would skate all the time and like just go home and edit whatever together.
Yeah.
It was like big time BAM stage, like, and we were like into like metal music, like Motley Crue and some shit like that. And we were like, let's just start a fucking hair band. None of us played instruments. We were terrible. It was like a big joke. Like, we just go around and like we'd almost lip sync shit and film it. That's honestly how it started. We would lip sync shit and film it and like just watch it back.
Sounds way cooler than starting a real band. I remember growing
It was
up.
way easier.
Yeah, I remember growing up. All my friends wanted to fucking start a band, and then by the time I fucking convinced my parents to get like, they needed somebody to play bass, I was like, oh fuck it, I'll like beg my parents for a bass or whatever. I got like a shitty bass, and they all quit. And I was like, fuck, dude. I thought we were gonna like start this band and do this thing. So you guys had the right idea.
Should have lip synced.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So we filmed like a couple videos. It wasn't like nothing, and we were all. I mean, we skated all the time, so we were like
Yeah.
filming skating too. And like obviously Chris was so good, so he had clips forever. Like that dude could film a part back then, like at one spot.
Damn.
So he was like, oh, filming all these tricks that like nobody was using, and we were like, might as well put a video together, you know.
Yeah.
Then you were filming all this, correct?
Not the first video.
Oh, really?
The first video was Jay Fonstock filmed. And Chris actually edited the first video.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would work at G-Spot. I was living with Chris. We had this condo, and like it was actually a nice condo in like this kind of nice area. It was like a bunch of fucking skateboarders in this
Holy
house.
shit.
One friend was going to high school, and he lived on the couch while we were living at that. While we were there, like doing our grown-up shit, he was still in high school, like sleeping on the couch. And there was like zero dye posters, like tacked to the wall so he could sleep through the sun. And I would go to G-Spot, would work. Chris would come up. Once we were done working, or I was done working, we'd go skate, film, or whatever. And he would edit. Like when I was working, most of the times he'd put all the footage together and edit
Really?
together. Like, yeah, he did the whole first video.
That's crazy.
And it was just like he had so much extra footage, and we were like trying to do what we could do, like just to like, kind of like, I mean, be on near his level.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was like a homie thing.
Yeah.
And the dude Whitey in the video, he was getting photos in mags at the time, but I
He's
guess
good as or
he was
I guess,
yeah,
good
he
as
was
fuck,
gnarly.
yeah.
I mean, but he broke his wrist like on Big Ball. We called it Big Baldy. It was one rail that he skated all the time. He broke his wrist 3 times on the same rail.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that Cedarbrook?
Cedarbrook,
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn, what was he trying?
He was always warming up. It's like back.
Oh,
I
That's
think
when
he
it happens.
I think he feebled it, backsmithed it, but every time he broke it on back 50. Like he
Every
would like
time?
yeah, he would like grind the first one all the way down, and the next one he'd miss getting in and just
He
Oh,
was,
my
that's
God.
kind of how he skated though. It was
that's
like,
how he skated. Yeah,
Just
either
make
made
or
it or
break.
he didn't come close and he ate
yeah, he was
shit.
made to break.
God. You obviously were at like got sponsored by G Spot and whatnot. And then when did you come into Hotwax crew? Just like kind of around the same time.
Kind of like.
When did they start taking you like under their wing?
Wait, so they were about done, I think, the first videos. Because I said I went and I filmed that little friend section trick that I didn't really land. But they put it in there anyway, so that's tight, thank you. But, yeah, like, I guess around that time, that was like the first time I skated with them. And then they would just, you know, hit me up here and there, like, you want to come skate? Cool, go skate with them. And, like, I don't know, because at that time I was just skating with my friends, like, my, like, homies that I knew from school and like whatever, and we had a little crew called Patchwork, which was, or is it up there anymore?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it's up
Yeah.
That little video right
Yeah, we'll
there.
get into Patchwork.
And yeah, so I was just skating with all them, and then that kind of, I was trying to skate with two crews, and you know how
Yeah,
that
it gets
goes.
tricky.
People kind of were like, dude, why you always going skating with those? Like, we're trying to film this video, and you're going skate with the other crew. And
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just skating with everybody. But yeah, so around that time, I guess, is when I really started to skate with you guys. I don't know.
It was kind of like we would film for them and
Yeah,
Hotwax
yeah,
at the
yeah,
same
yeah.
time, like, because I think that video just ended really at the same time that one did.
Yeah.
So then we were like, oh, we should do a fucking full part in the second Hotwax video.
Yeah, and then I would just skate with you guys for.
But they all skated. The
video.
same Patchwork crew ended up skating with us all the time too.
Yeah, like I'd bring, you know, at first I was like, I don't know, like if I should bring like all these dudes with this
Yeah,
other crew skating.
yeah.
So I would like, you know, sometimes I'd bring Hribar along, or sometimes I'd bring like this dude, John Note along. Like, you know, these people from the crew like one at a time, and then once they met everybody, it kind of was like,
Everyone
then it
was
was
cool,
over.
yeah,
Yeah,
Flex
it
and
was like,
whatnot.
but
Was
I don't know.
Patchwork like your first real, to you at the time, video part?
Yeah, that was like my
The first Patchwork.
Huh?
BMOs.
Oh yeah. There's a video out there. We haven't been able to find it, but Patchwork BMOs.
It's
out
before
there.
that.
It's before that, and there's
Patchwork
actually another
video.
one out there before that, which is called Holla.
Man, someone's got to dig this
See,
grave.
Hribar-
Yeah,
Hribar-
Hribar
Hribar-
laying in there.
But yeah, I think he actually has that video, so maybe I
Yeah.
don't know, you can show some clips or something. But
Yeah, we can dig
But
it
the
up.
What's
first
so funny
Patchwork
about that
video-
one, though?
I don't know, it's just earlier time. I don't know. It's
like a
actually a
very,
pretty
like,
good
young
video. No,
kid.
it's
Yeah,
good.
super
Video.
young.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did this when they were like fucking 15, 16, then like
Yeah.
there was
You
one
can
before
imagine,
that
yeah.
and one
Oh,
before
shit.
that.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
filming videos at like 13.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
Damn,
had
you
little
guys are grinding.
shitty cameras, you know, DV tape, whatever, some sort of random fisheye off eBay
Raymond
or something.
Teflon.
But yeah, so there's some early time videos out there, but
Damn.
Well, I used to have a fucking it was a full van. So it was
Really?
like yeah. It was like we actually spray painted the HW
it was hilarious.
Hotwax
Dude,
all
this
over it.
van, he
We had
comes
a-
pick me up in this van. that was
It had like a
sick.
David Bowie lightning bolt on the
It was
front.
gold,
Shit,
gold
dude.
Astro van with lightning bolts and like hot wax spray painted on the side of it and shit.
But it was strictly for that. Like, it was like whoever wants to get in, like it was Saturday,
Hop in
Sunday.
there.
It was
Savage.
strictly skate day. Like we
Yeah.
were going, like we would fucking.
Whose van was this?
It was mine.
Yeah.
I bought it just
Do you
for
did-
this.
Do you who did all the artwork on it? Or
Our
who-
friend Timo actually.
Damn, that's
he
cool.
stenciled everything. He
Yeah,
did.
it was
Timo
artwork
was
for
my
sure.
man on the first video.
Oh, wow.
Hotwax the only sanity that's left. It's the only sanity that's left.
Is he the one that came up with the logo? The
We
HW?
fucking bit that off piss strokes, to be honest.
Oh, nice.
It's just the back,
yeah.
the PD and the HW was both backwards.
Oh, that's sick.
And
So I had the van. I'd pick up everybody. We'd meet up Saturday, Sunday. We'd have set time. Like meet at the Hotwax house. We had a house. It was Hotwax house. Meet at the Hotwax house. We're out by fucking 11, and like people would party. 700 Club was big at the time.
Damn,
700
still
Club
is.
all night. Yeah, and then we'd
Jeez.
fucking meet at the house and then go skate. Whoever was there made it. If you were late, I was on it. I was like a drill sergeant. I was like,
Damn.
11:30. Let's go. If you're not here, we're fucking
Motivated.
leaving.
Holy shit.
So we go to fucking drive-thru the one time. Grandpa has to go through drive-thru, has to get Wendy's, and he's the most. Grandpa, he owns Exit.
Pickiest
He's
eater,
an
dude.
Exit.
Dude, his diet is still insane.
Yeah. No. There's no condiments, no toppings, nothing.
Cheesesteaks and Mountain Dew.
Yeah. So he orders a cheeseburger at Wendy's. It's not even cheeseburger, it's hamburger. No mustard, no
What a meat
ketchup.
bun, dude.
Yeah.
Meat
So he
bun.
gets this fucking burger, and it has ketchup and mustard and cheese. He's all pissed. Fucking turn around. I'm like, no, turn around. We're going skating. Fucking turn around. And fucking smashes it on the seat of my fucking van and it stomps it. Cheeseburger
Ketchup,
everywhere.
mustard,
Like, what the fuck you
splatter.
doing, dude? I mean, it's a skate van, but you just fucking smashed a cheeseburger all over my car. And he didn't even think anything wrong with it. He's like, they fucked my shit up. Like, and that's how that is Grandpa.
Yeah. And then he's just,
How did Grandpa get the nickname Grandpa?
just from it was me, but just from going skating with him all the time and these stories like that one, and like we'd be driving around places. He'd always have something to say about somewhere we were, and I didn't. And you know what? I didn't buy it all the time. And I still don't. I still think he's a bullshitter, like a lot of the times. But like, yeah, he'll be anywhere. He'll be out on the street right here, and he'll say something that happened like before I was before your time. But like I was skating right here this one time, and I seen like this lady get a cheese. I don't know, dude. He would just say some shit that was like, you're like, why are you even telling me this? Like, I can't even relate, you know? And I just called him Grandpa. I don't know. One time, stuck.
I have to remember it. We were like passing like this. We were like in an industrial complex. It
In
was
like
a
Bristol or something.
Yeah, it was
Is
like
that
the
right?
roughest. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was like the roughest ground. And, oh, we fucking skated that. And we're like, there's no.
What did you even skate? That's the shit I'm talking about. You don't even say
It's
something.
not even a spot. Like,
It's
what the hell
like,
are you
dude,
doing?
you're insane. But yeah, I love that dude though. He's great.
Yeah, he's
Good
a
friend of
dude.
mine. But
He is
he's
funny as shit.
Yeah.
He's funny as shit. He needs to get on the show.
Yeah,
We're trying, man.
We'll get him.
He's got stories to tell, whether they're real or not.
Yeah, I want to hear
You
him.
want to listen to him?
Yeah, I don't care whether or
Hell,
not
he
they're
knows
real.
that
I
already.
wanna
It might
hear
not
him.
get him drunk though. If you
Yeah.
got him drunk, holy
Dude.
shit, dude. You'd
Yeah,
have a
I don't
great
know. That
fucking
might be
time.
tricky, but we'll see. We've had sober guests before. Cannon was sober, so
Yeah, that's
we
it.
can make it work.
But he's got a lot of energy. Andrew.
Yeah, that is.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's fucking shit ton of energy. So when did you pick up a camera?
I picked up a camera because everybody was actually really good, and I knew I wasn't like progressive like the way everybody else was. So I was like, if I film, I could be a part of this
Still be a part
forever.
of it, yeah.
And our friend Jay kind of fell off a little bit. He stopped filming and coming out, and I was like, fuck it, dude. We were filming each other either way. Like
Yeah,
everybody would always
yeah.
pass the camera.
Yeah.
And eventually I was like, I could be the guy who films everybody. Actually, I broke my wrist pretty bad too. I fucking fell and broke both sides, and I was like
Jeez.
in like a full plaster cast all the way up for like.
How would you film? Other arm?
That's when I first actually
Kinda
met Tom.
at X Park, I remember
At a
that
fucking-
too. You were doing like on Dale Old bump to ledge, you like back 5 shells. I'm like, this dude's doing it like back
Damn,
5
how would
shells
you
all
shit
fucked
still?
up.
It was
I'm like,
a
that's
full
kind of
plaster
crazy.
cast, like
Wow.
fucking wrapped. But the first time I picked him up, I had
Yeah.
I broke all the way up, and I was like, that's when I was like, oh, I was even heavier, like to go out and skate and film when I had a broke arm.
Damn.
So I was like, let's do it. Like I wanted to do it all the time, like because I wanted to be a part of it no matter what. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better than just sitting around.
Exactly. So, and I could be a part of the session, and like you could be a part of the trick that they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks if they miss because you feel the same sadness that they have, but when they make it, you're hyped as they are, you know.
Yeah.
And once I was like started filming, I was like, this is fucking tight. Like I could be a part of everything that they make and everything they do, and like it's cool. And everybody else was way better. Like everybody else filming, like even like the dudes that never got sponsored, like Chachi, Ryan
Yeah.
Frederick, like that dude was so good. Like
He was really good.
when he like thought about it and like thought about the trick he wanted to do, like front crook, the rail against the wall, that was the sickest shit I've ever seen. Because he wasn't that talented, but he wanted to do it, you know.
Yeah. Just made it
And
happen.
he would go to X Park. That's what was sick about X Park. You could fucking go and practice
Best
on that
place,
rail
dude.
over and over, and then like do the trick you wanted to do.
Yeah. You guys were like,
You guys ran X Park.
yeah, X Park was.
We
So close
Remember
to
seeing
us.
those
I mean, like,
montages,
it's
like-
between here and our house, you know, and it was like 15 minutes away. We'd go there, and especially the winters, we'd be there every single day,
Yeah,
filming
what else are you gonna
montages,
do?
Christmas montages,
Yeah.
everything. Just
Even before I
those
moved to
montages
Philly.
were him and Ant and
that
Deshaun
was me
mostly.
and Aunt Shad
And Dom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was
I
like
feel
the
like that's
main-
when I first saw you guys.
Yeah.
Like, just being a young kid on YouTube watching local skate videos.
Yeah, even before I
and
moved to Philly, I remember seeing those clips.
Just
That's
watching
it.
X Park montages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Ant. Ant filmed.
I remember towards the end of X Park too. I remember seeing you a lot there. You would come skate.
Yeah, I used to go there a lot when I worked
That was kinda
here
like
at
that.
Knox.
Sick.
But yeah, it was fun as shit going there.
Dude, that place was the best. I mean, now, like, you didn't really realize it. I remember saying a whole bunch of
Yeah.
times, like, I'm not going to X Park, dude, fuck that place. I'm over it. And then and it's gone
Now
now.
it's
and
gone,
we're
and you're
pissed. Fucking 1 degree right now.
Yeah, now it's
1 degree.
And you want to skate?
Fuck
and you're like,
that.
Yeah,
fuck.
dude.
Like, that place was the best, and I don't know, it's the best place to practice.
How old were you when you
Skate.
first started going there?
He was still helmet.
Yeah, I remember one of the first times I was there, dude. You know, it had that like pyramid with the across down rail,
Yeah.
like in the dead center of the park.
Square one.
I sacked the shit out of it, dude. Trying to lip slide that thing like little ass kid. I think Whitey was there. Whitey saw that happen.
Wait, the
dude.
down part or straight and
It
down?
was before I knew you guys. No, I was just trying to like, you know, I rode up the ramp to flat and I was gonna lip slide down the rail.
You just missed the pop and
I just like, yeah, I didn't, whether I missed the pop, didn't pop high enough, I did the tail hit to the straight sack.
That's like the front lip.
Whitey was there. I don't know who was there with him, but I remember going up the next bank all like, oh fuck, and like Whitey was right there like, you good, dude? I'm alright. But I don't know. So whenever that was young as shit. I think.
Is that where you met Shah, Dom, and all those dudes, or did you know them from?
We would skate at the Wedgwood spot.
Okay.
And we first saw Ant and Dom kind of there, I think. And then they started coming to X Park in the winter. And like, I think you were already in Cali at this time.
I was in Cali then,
Yeah,
for sure.
like when I started skating with them.
Yeah.
So I would go to X Park, and it was just kind of like they were going there every day too, and so was I. So we just naturally kind of skated together. And then like a shot was getting dropped off there, and then it was just that was the crew. It was like me, Shad, Dom, Ed. Anybody who really went to X Park every single day, that was the crew because we were there every single day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how old I was when I started going there.
Damn.
Probably young, yeah.
I was young.
But yeah.
That was a
Was it
spot.
still called? It was one of those X
No,
Games
it was
parks, right?
at the time. I think it was ESPN X Games skate parks.
Yeah. I remember going to the one in Atlanta.
That
when it
place
was
had
still
so
at X
many
Games Park.
fucking
Well, we actually got flown out. The whole Hotwax crew, they flew us out and got us hotel rooms to do a demo in Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah,
At
we
that
did.
Atlanta
one?
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. When it was still at X Games Park?
Yeah.
It was the
Wow.
ESPN one, yeah.
And we did it. We went there for like a weekend and demoed. Fucking.
That's crazy.
I remember I busted my ribs.
Oh.
And I was like, I mean, I wasn't as good as these dudes anyway, and I was skating a demo with fucked up ribs and like doing like.
It was kind of crazy to see though too, like how many people came out to
It was
watch a
insane.
Hot Wax demo. Like Chris,
Chris
was there,
was big,
but,
too.
Yeah.
But on like
So he
the
was
other
huge,
side
but-
of like in the south,
Yeah,
like, not
that's
even
still pretty
quarter
crazy.
and it
state.
wasn't like. I mean, I guess it was. I don't know. It was marketed as Hot Wax
It was
fucking
Hot
demo,
Wax, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
and then it was just crazy. That
And
was
then
a
Tom
thing.
got food poisoning and flew home.
That sucked. Damn. That sucked.
What happened?
So did Red, Chris's wife. Yeah, she got food poisoning too. We went to Carrabba's for dinner. Never eaten there since, dude.
Yo, he
Never
did
eaten
not
there
hesitate
since.
to put the name out.
Yeah, shout out Carrabba's.
Fuck
Yeah.
that place,
Jeez.
dude.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Accident out front.
Is that anybody's car?
Nah, we're way down.
What is that in your guys' car?
No,
though?
no, no.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said yeah, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
dude just
my
like
God.
fully reversed into a car. Holy
Bruh.
shit.
So, anyways, you got food poisoning from Carrabba's.
Yeah.
What'd you eat? Do you remember?
That was my fault. Shrimp scampi.
Oh god, dude, the seafood is sketchy,
Yeah,
dude.
so that's what I got. And I don't know if we confirmed if Red got the same thing or not.
She was hospitalized.
She was
Holy
bad. She
shit.
didn't fly
Jesus
home.
Christ.
She didn't
Yeah,
fly
so we
home.
had flights the next day, but so I ate that and we get back.
Let's talk about the flight.
Yeah.
So
we get I just remember after dinner, we went to like fucking Home Depot or not Home Depot. We went to fucking like a Dick's Sporting Goods or something. And we bought a whole bunch of BB guns.
The airsoft guns.
Yeah. And we were like, I don't know, just shooting each other with BB guns. It was awesome. And then in the hotels and whatever, just having a good time. And then went to sleep. And then, dude, I was sleeping and I'm like, oh, I feel fucked up. And like he said, I probably went to the bathroom a few times.
Well, we're laid out like fucking 8 dudes on a fucking hotel room floor.
Yeah.
Like blankets on and like he keeps stirring around. He's stirring about the whole time.
Yeah, I was waking everybody up. I was sleeping at the furthest point from the bathroom. Like,
no,
when you walk into like a normal hotel, the bathroom's like right here, and then you go.
Yeah.
I was like at the back wall, so I had to go around a bunch of people to get to the bathroom. And then anyway, I fucking one time just started vomiting gnarly, like shitting gnarly, all of it, dude. It was bad, and I'm like, fuck. And then we get up early for the flight. I'm like, I think I'm alright. Like, I made the car ride there, whatever. And then, like, we were about to go through security. we're like waiting in line and whatever, and I'm like,
Shoes
I go-
off.
Yeah, everything, like in the
Oh,
bins,
no,
like
dude.
that deep insecurity. And I'm like, I go to him like, dude, I'm gonna fucking throw up. He's like, no, you got this. Like, you got this. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking throw up. And I just like fucking booked it to the nearest
He
bathroom.
threw me a shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Didn't even make it. Puke all over the airport. Like, whatever. I get to the bathroom. I didn't even have to puke by that time. I just puked all over the airport. I don't know. It
I'm
sucked.
carrying all his shit. I'm like, where the fuck did he go? Like, I
Yeah.
see a trail of green puke. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
there he
It
goes.
was bad.
He walks out.
Yeah.
But I think
hotel
that was like the
bathrooms
end
are
of
the
it.
worst too, and he comes out in socks. Like, stop it. I'm like, oh shit, dude.
Yeah, it was
I
bad.
was like, you good? He's like, yeah, I think so. You made it? Did you make the flight?
I made the flight. Yeah. We
Yeah.
got home. I was like,
Yeah.
No, did
one-
you puke on the flight, or you made it?
I didn't puke on the flight. No, I like think I slept the whole time, and then I finally landed, whatever, made it home, and then I like stayed in bed for a while. I didn't puke again since that time in the airport before security. That was like the end of it, pretty much. I still felt like shit, but I didn't actually have an issue until.
So Citywide, sponsored by Carrabas.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Well, fucking, if they cut us a
Yeah,
check,
well,
we'll
then
get the
everything.
story
But
out.
then yeah, like
Shrimp
Red.
scampi
I don't know what she ate.
Yeah, we'll get it catered the next time.
Coupons for shrimp scampi.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
discount
bad.
code.
Don't eat
Bonus
that.
code.
And then Red too.
Citywide.
Red got put in the hospital. I don't know what she ate, but
That
she
is
That's
so
crazy.
got
Had
put in
to
the
be the
hospital.
scampi,
She
dude.
didn't make the
Scampi.
flight, and she stayed in Atlanta for like an extra
Jesus.
night in the hospital, all fucked up.
Should got that
I know.
settlement check.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was like 17, 16, maybe,
Yeah.
if that. But
Was that your first like tour trip traveling experience?
yeah,
Mine
Sure.
too, I think.
yeah,
Really?
like going
Damn,
anywhere
it's a
for
hell of a way
skating,
to
that was
start
my
it
first
off.
time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Can only get better from there.
And then like I think after that we even did another Hotwax demo. They took us up to somewhat. We didn't stay there, but we drove out to Lewisburg
Yeah, it was like by Woodward.
and
Yeah.
like
Oh, okay, yeah.
did a little Hotwax demo out there.
That was a far drive. And it was pouring rain until we got there, and then it fucking.
And it was fine. And we skated this
Cleared up.
park.
Yeah,
That was
for
the
the
park was
demo.
pretty fun.
The park
but-
was fun, yeah.
Yeah, right by Woodward.
We were piled up in Chris's Honda Pilot. Opened up the back seat for Tom.
Oh yeah, I used to have the little like, yeah, like the little side seat, one seater in the back. That was my spot, dude.
One
Damn,
seater in
hold
the
it
back.
down.
Yeah, so like the Honda Pilot has like a 3-row, and then it has a second row, but like we would leave the 2 down for storage, and I would have the one little seat next to
like
the
the
storage
smallest
bin.
little like 90-degree angle seat for you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I'd sit there. It's all good.
Sat
I
the
had
wrong way,
snacks.
too, right?
It was bad, dude.
Snack. You know what's funny? You say you had snacks because I remember you always were fucking chopping cookies.
Yeah, I always yeah, dude.
So around all this time, Chris Cole was probably blowing up, right?
Yeah.
And you have the camera. You're filming Chris a lot.
It was Dying to Live,
Mhm.
Chris.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was my first skate video.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That shit was crazy. It was a good introduction to skating for sure.
And that was his like best shit. And then the Hotwax video was like his throwaway shit,
Which is
crazy.
so
Which is
insane.
still crazy
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's some really good
At that
shit in
time,
video.
like Zero and Jamie were like, I mean, they probably still are. Gnarly was filming, like,
Yeah.
and I was just holding a camera for the first time, so I was like, "Fuck, dude, it looks tight." Like,
Well,
we thought it looked tight.
It's funny because you said when you had the van, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm on a schedule. We leave on the weekends."
Yeah, you
There's
had
a
the
thing
regimen
that's called like
going.
Zero Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you had Zero Sunday going before.
I know. I was
yeah.
on like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same Jamie tip. And
Yeah.
I didn't even know Jamie at the time. Like, it was like that's how. I mean, that's what it was. Like, I mean, I guess when you have like a goal and a project in mind, like that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
So did you film a couple clips of Chris and Dying to Live?
I think I filmed like 4. It was the first time I invoiced a company. I was like, "This is so fucking
Yeah.
tight." I getting paid to
Intro
do it.
to the
like,
game.
Yeah, and they were cool. Like they were all about it. Like, but they would like every time I sent them something, they would tell me like what I should like fix or adjust or like make it look better. You know, like so they were teaching me as I was sending.
Oh,
them
that's
shit.
cool.
At that
Constructive
time, how were
criticism.
you sending them clips?
I would actually fucking put it on a DV tape and like mail it to them. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would send like a
Pre-internet.
master tape of every make and send it
Mhm.
to them, and they were like, "We're keeping this, leaving this, and you could do whatever you want with the rest," you know. And I'd be so bummed, like, "Damn, dude, there's a
They
fucking
didn't want that?
80
Yeah.
tricks, and you kept 4. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?" But like, I mean, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing at the time. Like, I was
Yeah.
just like pointing the camera, like we were going out skating. Either way, like Chris is gonna backside flip this huge gap. Whether I filmed it or not, he was gonna backside flip this huge gap. So I was just there to like almost point the camera at the time, and I was learning as like
Yeah.
he was doing the gnarliest shit ever.
Who were you
Damn.
communicating with at the time that they were sending you like feedback and criticism?
You know what? I don't remember. I don't know.
Was it
It wasn't Gilbert.
was it Lee?
It wasn't Lee. No. It might have. I mean, I think it was Jamie. I don't know.
really?
Probably
I don't
Jamie
know.
If it wasn't those
I
dudes.
mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. I had no clue. Like, cause it would go through Chris to me. Like, and at the time, Chris didn't understand either. He was like, "Wait, they don't want to use this? Why?" And it was just filming. Like, we didn't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I learned from their like critique and everything, and just like, we'd meet up with them on like the King of the Road.
Yeah.
They would always come. It used to go all the way across the U.S.
Mhm.
And now it only
Yeah,
goes
those
through like
trips
a
used to be
segment.
gnarly.
Yeah, so we'd meet up with them on those like multiple times, and 0 won like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And the one ended in New York. So like I would meet up with those dudes and hang out with them the whole like 5 or 6 days that they were in the East Coast area. And we'd go and like I remember fucking the one thing was like find your name on a tombstone. And then we were looking for Jamie Thomas's name on a
my
tombstone.
God.
We're in like this Philadelphia tombstone, like wandering forever until we see James Thomas, and we found it. And so we won King of the Road that year, 0, and they had a party in New York. We had a good time. We partied then, and then that's how I met Jamie though. And then like I was still working at G Spot at the time, and like I got like a random call, and like it was like, hey, would you want to be team manager at Fallen? Mike Sinclair. I don't know if he left. They got fired. I don't know the details of it. But they're like, do you want to be team manager? And I was like, fuck yeah, why wouldn't
Damn,
I? Like,
yeah.
So it was like 2 weeks. I was living at Hotwax house. It was like, yo, dudes, I gotta leave. So I left. Like it was like a week. It was instantly like, I
Yeah.
took a trip to North Carolina. It's the hottest trip I've ever been on. It was like 105.
Holy
I had
shit.
hair down to my shoulders. Shaved it in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Drove to fucking San Diego. Worked for Black Box for 5 years. Filming and team manager for Fallen, eventually Mystery and 0.
Damn.
All 3 companies.
Wow.
Jesus.
Pretty much ran the joint. At the
Yeah.
time.
Me and Bama, Chris Botiford,
Yeah.
ran like all those companies. Because of it, like Black Box shot up so fast, like
Yeah.
Fallen and everything. And like there were so many employees and everything was so tight, like there's so many people working. And as quick as it shot up, shot down. Like, and like the years that I was there, like everybody you were friends with, laid off, cut. So you're taking on more jobs and more jobs, which is
Yeah.
still cool, like, cause like,
Yeah. You're still
But-
in the industry. You're still working in
He wasn't the one
skateboarding.
getting laid
Yeah.
off.
yeah, I was like,
yeah,
damn.
as
I
long
was
as your
like-
job's straight. Shit.
He's still there.
And we still got, I mean, we negotiated between him and Fallen and DC and me to go into DC. We negotiated deals that were like, we were chilling, like we were getting paid good, and but working our asses off. Like, I never had a day off in California. I worked 7 days a week, every single day, like
Damn.
Wow.
office, filming, like all the time. Like I barely slept there, like because most of the time you film, like we go to like Fallbrook Rail, and you can't even go there till like midnight.
I remember there was like a hectic point too where you were kind of like, yo, if I'm gonna be doing all of this, like, I'm not coming into the office
Yeah.
at 9 a.m. anymore. Like, I need like some sort of
Yeah.
something. And Jamie worked with that, which was
Yeah, because at the time, that's right. I was still
It was
doing
hectic,
office hours
like-
and filming
like he
night
was
sessions.
working 7 days a week, filming
Holy
the
shit,
weekends,
it's
like the whole time. You know,
18-hour days.
Oh, it's nuts. Like
Wow.
you couldn't even put a dollar on it. Like eventually,
Yeah.
they paid me good enough to like at least like understand. Like yeah, I'm working this many hours. Like yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting paid this much. But I mean, I still love doing it. Like I love going out
Yeah.
and filming. Like anytime anybody wanted to be on a session, I'm like, yeah, I want to go. Let's fucking do it. But to work the office hours, to be there at like 8, 9 o'clock, I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
yo, we were
brutal.
out till 4 in the morning.
yeah, like that
fucking
kind of stuff just was, well, like it could have got done and not by you really.
Yeah.
Someone else could have filled in a little bit for that,
Yeah.
or come in an hour or two late. You know, it wasn't like
Yeah.
if you're out till 4 in the morning, like you're not coming in at fucking 9 a.m. No, no
Yeah.
way.
But they understood, like you said, they
Yeah,
understood.
they were
eventually,
super
like-
cool with that. Yeah.
So you want to backtrack a bit when you got that phone call from Jamie to be the Fallen team manager. Tom, where were you at that point?
I was like skating with these dudes all the time.
Were you were getting Fallen and 0 boards at the time?
Yeah, I was getting maybe, I don't know, because there was a weird point where I started getting Baker boards.
was
for,
Baker,
like,
yeah.
like I got Baker boards for like a year and a half.
I could see that, you being like one of the young Baker kids.
Yeah, I don't know how it really
It
came
was Baker
about,
then.
but yeah, once he moved out there, then I don't know if that's how it started getting. Like,
I remember I
zero boards
showed
or not.
Jamie. I think I showed him your footage. He's like, "This dude's getting shit from Baker."
Yeah,
What
because
the
I
fuck
had
is he
stuff
doing?"
from
Like,
Baker, and I remember that happened. Jamie called me because
Yeah.
I told Jamie, I was like, "Yo, I'm getting Baker boards. Like I'm gonna ride these if that like I don't know." He's giving me boards like whatever.
Yeah.
And Jamie was like, "All right, cool," because I was getting 0 rep flow
Oh,
through
okay.
like just a rep out here, and then this Baker thing was like for real, so I took it, and then I think when you started working for them, you kind of told Jamie about me a little bit, showed him a video or something.
but he was like,
and
"Wait,
then-
why aren't we? Like, what do you?"
Yeah, and
what's
then he
happening?"
kind of
Yeah.
didn't know. It was like a rep thing,
Yeah.
so he had no
Yeah.
idea. And then once he saw, he was like, "No, we need to get this boards." He called me and he's like, "Yo, we're gonna give you boards," and all this stuff. And then that was weird because then I actually called Reynolds personally.
Damn, you quit?
That was
Called
the
the
weirdest
boss?
conversation in my life. Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit. How old were you when you quit?
I don't even. It was like it was
15,
like
16.
Yeah, it was.
Damn.
It was I don't know. It was during Hotwax Shred the Gnar.
Yeah.
I have Baker boards in that video,
Damn.
and a couple lines and whatever. But that was a weird phone call.
Yeah. I
But
can
he was
imagine.
super cool. He's like, "Yeah, man, it's all good, dude. Like, do whatever you think's
He
right."
probably
for you.
knows the
and
game. I mean,
fucking
yeah.
rad. I don't know. It
He was in
whatever.
the same position.
At the same
for
time,
sure.
just some flow kid, like whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I started getting hooked up again by Black Box, but like for real, you know.
And then they took him to China.
Was that your
Real
first
quick.
trip?
Yeah. So my first
Yeah.
trip. Well, my first trip was the Black and White tour, I think.
Yeah, broken arm Tom.
Yeah. I had a broken arm. Probably after that G-spot incident. I got, whatever, they want to take me on the Black and White tour right when that Mystery video came out, Black and
That
White.
video
and,
Yeah,
so
it was
sick.
really sick, yeah.
I went on that. I skated all those demos, and then it got to the point I was only supposed to be on it for a week, and then Jamie was like, "Yo, do you want to just stay on the whole thing? Like, we'll go back to Black Box, and you can stay there for a couple days, and we'll fly you out from there." And I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah.
Call my parents. I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna be out here for like 14 days. Like, it's all good." And they're like, "Okay, cool. Like, whatever." And that my parents always been cool, like super cool about that. But yeah, that was crazy. And then that was like my first actual trip was the Black and White tour to the States. But then I got hit up after that to go. I remember I was working at G-Spot at the time
Yeah.
when I got the phone call from whoever it was to
Jamie.
go. Yeah,
Jamie called
Jamie.
you.
Yeah, to
Because I was at Black Box at the time.
yeah. That was crazy. He calls me. He's like, "Yo, you want to come to China for 2 weeks?" And I'm like, "I mean, I'm in high school. This probably means I'm failing school, but
Yeah.
I will let
It's
you
a once in a
know."
lifetime
What were your
opportunity,
grades at
though.
the point?
I was already failing.
Did you graduate high school?
No.
Damn.
And it's
Did you get your
a
GED at
stupid
least?
story. No.
Hey, we're not passing judgment.
No,
No, it's all good.
Just-
It feels
it
dumb for
worked
me
out
because
for
I was
you,
in my
so,
senior year
yeah.
when all this happened. So it was like I went on that Black and White tour. I already missed. Or I don't know if that was the same year or not. It was close. But
No, it was like 8 months later.
yeah, it was in the
Black and
summer,
White.
so I probably wasn't
Yeah.
even in school. But then school year, I was already kind of doing shitty, and I was like, "Yo, I'm taking these 2 weeks and I'm going to China." Like my parents were cool with it, and they're like, the school was like, "Yo, if you're gonna fail if you go. You're gonna miss too many days of school. Like you've already missed so many days." And I'm like, told my parents that. I'm like, "I'm gonna fail school. Like, what do you think about this?" And I explained the situation to them. They understood me, crazy as that is. And my mom took me to my school the next day, signed me out of school, and that was pretty much when I dropped out. And then I went on that 2-week trip in China, which was sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Glad I did that.
Yeah, well, I
It was the
mean-
best time ever.
So
But,
many people go to high school.
Jamie
not so many
he
people
would
go to
call me
China.
and give me updates. He's like, "Yo, I don't know if he's got it." I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I don't know." He's like a little scared. I don't think he's got it. And then like 4 days later, he called me. He's like, "Yo, he's got it."
Jamie didn't
Frontside flip this
understand.
gap, and the security guard was kicking us out. It was a double set.
Yeah, it's like a 5 flat 5
Yeah.
double set.
Damn, that's husky.
And
No, it wasn't that husky.
which one was it then?
The one with the security guard coming in. It was like
The one that Winterberg filmed, and Jamie,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Jade, what's his name? Shigeo shot the photo?
Yeah.
It's a 5 flat 5.
Yeah.
But it's China style.
Yeah.
Like a little small.
It wasn't still, so it's 5
Yeah.
5, yeah.
But, come on, man. You're trying to sound...
Downplay is
Getting
5
some big shit over
5,
here.
dude.
What's up?
Chill, man.
My point was at the time, he's like, "Yo, he's killing." I was like, "That's not that big." I don't know.
No, but Jamie also always had an issue with me because, like, around around him and around other people, even around these dudes, the first couple times I went skating with them, I'm like a shy dude. I don't like to talk to people unless like I'm talking to.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Like I'm with this older crew. I've always been with older crews like my whole life.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And like I was intimidated by that. I would just be quiet. And he'd always talk shit like, yo, why are you so fucking quiet? Jamie would always give me shit for that. And I'm like,
he would ask me too.
fucking care. Like, what do you want me to talk about? You want me to fuck, like be weird and talk about shit I don't want to talk about? Like, I think it's the best thing I've ever done is not talk to But yeah, so I don't know, just fucking he always was weird about that, and then probably on that trip was the same situation. He probably didn't know like if I, you know, had it or not, or at least personality wise with people, because I was quiet the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I want to go
Yeah, make
home
up for
so
that
bad.
free time, yeah.
And we did like a filming trip. I got paid to go home. Went to Florida, met Tom. We filmed like
I was
we were on
down
like
there
a
on-
boat.
I was down there
right?
on some,
we went on like some alligator boat. Were you
Yeah,
on that trip?
I was on a Fallen or Mystery, some sort of Jamie trip, because Jamie was there with us.
It was like some weird like Jamie YouTube trip
Yeah.
where like he was like
Yeah, we
It was like
visited
the day
Plus
in the life or
Skateshop,
something,
and
right?
then we went on a boat, alligator,
went on a boat.
looking for alligators.
Exactly.
Or some
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
shit. It was weird, but we went on
Like
this
one of
boat,
those,
like a
like,
fan boat,
Pontoon
It was a
boat,
fan boat.
Like one of those, oh yeah, just a day in the
Florida
life, but it's
boats,
like
dude,
such a
fucking-
planned day in the life.
waterboy boat.
What was it called? It was called like fuck, dude. It was like a old Foundation video name too.
The trip.
The whole Jamie YouTube channel.
I have no idea.
I don't know either. But yeah, he had like this like thing he'd film, and like he basically paid me to film that to go home. So like I got a free trip home. Like I drove my Honda CRV to Florida and then back up. Met Tom, picked him
me
up,
We drove up here.
got a fucking ticket. None of us wore seatbelts.
Yeah,
To
so
Starbucks. We paid like $250.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That sucked.
that was my exit. It was like, I was like, hey, we can't pay you anymore. You could take a fucking pay cut in half. And I was like, I don't want to be here already. Like, cut me in
It was
half.
just like a closing point at that
It was a
time.
closing
It's
point.
Like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah. But everybody else had already left. Like, everybody that was like cool, like, was already gone. So it was like, it went from like, it's like seriously 110 employees to like
Holy
30.
shit.
Really?
Like, oh, it was insane,
Damn.
dude. That place was
It's a pretty
massive.
big operation.
It was huge.
For skateboard, I mean, there are a couple brands.
Fallen
going out
Zero
there, but
Mystery at
yeah.
that point, it was insane. Like,
Yeah.
the amount of shoes we were selling when I first started, and it like skyrocketed and then plummeted that fast. Like,
Trooper was
I mean, it was
going.
5 years. Trooper was heavy. Trooper was a
Yeah.
good shoe.
Yeah.
Trooper Slim, and the Ripper.
Yeah, I had a couple pairs of Fallens. I can't remember what they were called. One had like a canvas side panel with like zebra print. pretty-
sounds
it's pretty
like a cool shoe.
I don't know, whatever it was, it was pretty sick. I was hyped on it at age 14, so.
I mean, but it sent us around the world. Like, they paid for everything. Never paid for a dollar.
Yeah, it was great times.
Went to like China, Russia, Croatia.
Holy shit, they're really world tour.
Well, we did Road Less Traveled,
Oh,
and we were
yeah.
supposed to go to like places that like you
No
can't
one's ever been to,
skateboard.
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
We went. I mean, dude, we spent like, I spent 2 months in Istanbul.
Wow.
That was insane. Like, we got our van repossessed because we couldn't talk to them basically, and like
Yeah.
they couldn't recognize that we were gonna pay them at the end, so they took our van with all our gear in it.
Oh my
We're chasing this
God.
fucking van down the street. Yo, that's our shit. Like everything in the van, because you kept all the gear in there.
Passports and shit? Stuff
Not
like
our
that?
passports, but our cameras.
Oh, alright.
All our
Well.
cameras and everything. They're like fucking going away with it. We're like,
Yeah.
it was like 7 in the morning. But that place is crazy because they
That's
play
one trip
like.
I'm glad I missed.
That
I
was
was
fucking
not
terrible.
that psyched
dude.
on that one. I'm glad I was not there.
Yeah, it sounds like you
He was
picked a good
supposed
one
to go.
miss.
I was supposed
Broke
to go. I
his
broke
wrist
my arm
again.
again, and called it off. And I'm really glad that happened. Trip sounded like shit.
It was sick to be there for 2 months and just to like take it in, but like they play like the prayer every 5 times a day.
Yeah.
So at like 2 in the morning, prayers blasted through loudspeakers all the time. So you wake up every time they play the prayer because they're supposed to like pray. Muslim,
Yeah.
right? They play every. Is it 5 hours? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a certain amount of times a day, I think.
Oh, you'd wake up all the time, like loudspeakers through everything. Like all you hear is the prayer.
Wow.
Like, that was a tight ass trip. That would suck, but it was tight.
So you never
Yeah.
got any more than 5 hours of sleep. Huh?
No.
Yeah.
It's cool to see that part of the world, though. I mean, shit,
It was
when
tight.
else would you be there?
That was
Like,
the best part. Like they paid for everything and I got to do it. So
Yeah.
no matter if it sucked or if it was like cool,
Yeah.
still did it.
So after you went on that China trip, was it pretty much Jamie was calling Ian, telling him how psyched he was on it? Was it like on for you pretty
Jamie
much?
actually like sat me down towards the end of that trip, and that's when he kind of was like, yo, it was really cool to hear, but it kind of freaked me out too. But he was like, yo, like, I do think you got it, and I think you got what it takes to go pro, and I think you got all this stuff. And he like sat me and told me that in a hotel room in China, and I'm like, that's crazy. All right. So I didn't know how to take that really, but he let me know that I guess I did a good job on the trip. I don't know. And yeah, so once he said that to me, I was kind of like, okay, like that was like the first time that was even a thought in my mind. Like, I knew what I was doing was like could potentially go somewhere, but
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person that I wouldn't think that I would actually like
Take it there.
become
Yeah.
like be that. I don't know, but he told me that. I'm like hearing this from Jamie Thomas, which was crazy.
Fucking
I'm like,
chief.
all right, cool. I'm gonna take that for what it is, and I'm gonna skate. I'm gonna continue doing what I did, I guess, on this trip, and just do. I don't know. That's how I skate.
Yeah, keep doing what
But,
you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you?
That was cool though. That was cool to hear from him, and that was rad. And then I don't know. Yeah, after that we went back. I went back home and was not going to school anymore.
Went to China again.
Yeah.
Like 2 months later.
Yeah.
Oh, is this when China was like the newfound hotspot?
It was. It was right after Fully Flared and all that
Oh,
shit where
so
it blew up.
all
And
the
Yeah.
spots.
Well, so
yeah.
his footage didn't get used in Ride the Sky, so they're like, all right, let's take all this shit and put it into Strange World. So then he went back with Strange World with just the
yeah,
zero.
because at
crew.
first going into the China trip, that was the other thing. Going into the China trip, Jamie kind of was like, "We want you to have a part." I think this was just maybe to hype me up. This might have been his plan the whole time. I don't know. But he was like, "Yo, we want you to have a part in Ride the Sky." I'm like, that sounds kind of nuts because I knew they were kind of towards the end of the video.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
that
going
video
to
was
China.
pretty hyped up at the time too.
Yeah, and
And
I'm
they've been
like, this
filming
is
for, like,
crazy.
5
Like, you're just
years.
gonna throw me
Yeah.
in this video,
Yeah.
like this random dude. So whatever. But I was like, all right, cool. I'll go on the trip. But then, yeah, once we got back from the trip, then that's when all the footage was kind of like, we want to put it towards Strange World. And at first it was like, you're gonna have your own part in Strange World. And I was like, okay, cool. I think I could do that. I have enough time. But then once it
Had
came,
enough footage, didn't
yeah,
it?
once it came down to it, it was like, what if we put you with Cole? And it was kind of like, okay, cool. Like, he's my boy. I'm down.
Yeah.
What if we put
But-
Jeezy over time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
let's
like, what if we
fucking
did
talk about
But
that.
that was sick. That
No, that
kind of
was a-
like,
that was after-
honestly, that kind
oh.
of made like,
Yeah.
not that I
Made
was
that
the
part,
best
in
part of
any
that video.
sort bummed on how that came out, but like I was told at first I was gonna have my own
Yeah.
part,
Oh,
but it was
yeah. I
like,
could
Just
see
like
that.
slowly
but then I
stepping
was
it down.
yeah, and then it was like,
yeah.
oh, you're sharing with Cole. I'm like, okay, cool. But then they're like, we could put like the songs that were being thrown around were like all hip hop and rap songs, and I'm like, I know that's my fault, and I'm so hyped on it. You know,
Yeah,
like
that's pretty
because
sick.
that is my situation.
Whose idea was that?
They basically wanted to make it Tom's part, like, and add Chris into it because
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
working for that long to do it, and like he was filming every day for Strange World, and like it was like they wanted to make it like meet Tom's personality, and then Chris had all this. He had a lot of really gnarly footage, but not a lot of filler footage.
Yeah.
So it was like, let's put them together, and like how can you make it Tom's part and like make it a song that Tom wants. So
Yeah.
Tom. He put over a whole like playlist of like everything he was listening to at the time.
I sent a bunch of shit. They sent me a bunch of shit, and like that wasn't my idea. I don't think that song got sent to me.
No,
Pretty
Jamie
sure.
listened to everything like on like
Yeah,
a,
Oh,
like a
shut up. And Jamie picked out that one at all?
No,
of
he
them?
picked that song. Yeah,
Oh my
No
god.
shit,
I can't
that is the
imagine that
last
dude
thing I
listening to
thought.
that song.
he listened to a lot of shitty hip hop, and then he picked that one.
It was tight.
He was like,
Holy
"This is the
shit.
one." Yeah, I think he
Fuck.
picked it maybe like for like 2 songs, like, and he's like, "But this is the one I like." And we're like, "That's perfect."
That's pretty crazy that he picked that song.
Yeah, I
Like,
wish
that
I
song
could've-
is really sick.
I wish I could have been a fly
It's
on the wall.
sick, and
Yeah.
it worked
Watching Jamie listen
perfectly,
to
and
that
it was really
song.
random. But
Yeah, the first time I
It's
heard
tight.
the beginning of the song before the beat kicks in and it's Jeezy like talking, I was like, holy shit, there's no way this is gonna happen.
yeah,
And then it's a Jeezy, young Jeezy like mixtape song.
But it worked
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I know,
It
it's
was so
fucking
good.
amazing.
The slow-mos, all the slow-mos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
it worked so
that
good.
part especially.
The
Really
only
sick.
rap song ever in a Zero
Ever.
video.
Yeah.
Maybe the only one ever too.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't
That's
think it's
pretty
gonna
tight.
ever get one. And it's
Nah.
Jeezy.
This is how old all that footage is. I filmed a clip in Duff's part.
Oh,
That's
really?
how long
Damn.
that video took to come out. And when I watched that promo,
That's forever,
I was
man.
like picking up a camera. And then I filmed a clip in Duff's part.
Holy
Easily
shit.
8
Yeah.
years. I feel like at the time
Yeah.
though, it was kind of our fault because we always fucked with them saying it wasn't gonna come out. 'Cause we kind of knew. That's what I felt anyway. I was like, this shit ain't coming out,
Yeah.
dude. I know it.
So after Strange World, you kept getting like taken down. So you were hyped on the Jeezy song, but after Strange World, what were you feeling like?
After Strange World, it was kind of my situation too, but we kind of transferred me straight into Mystery, which is because it's kind of what I.
Yeah, you
I
fit
fit
more.
better
Right?
there,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
Kind of like,
Like,
the.
It's kind of weird they even
Trying
ended
to
up
put you on
using.
zero, yeah.
the
Well,
zero
Strange World was
thing,
good
like-
for you too, because Chris like put you on.
Yeah, the shared part and
yeah.
everything definitely
I mean,
boosted me up.
The
Yeah.
fact that you lost footage that was so tight
Yeah.
sucked, but still Chris put you on the map. Like,
Yeah, and I wouldn't ask for it any other
Yeah.
way. Like that's
Yeah.
how it happened. And I think it was perfect because of where I am now. It's great, but yeah, like right after that came out, it was kind of like just we all had the same feelings of like, oh, like you make more sense on Mystery, you know, and like it was just like a easy transfer almost immediately. I feel like, right?
yeah, easily.
And then
White tee, black jeans.
yeah,
Yeah. I was gonna say, you went kind of like. Cole went
I feel like the
fresh
thing.
to Hesh.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
went-
All right, I get it when you're. Yeah, like I can probably chime in a little bit about that because.
I'm not throwing shade. It's just
No,
like,
no,
dude,
I know the situation that
It's
went
an
down.
outsider's perspective.
But like where I was and who I was skating with, like you kind of fit in with that. Crew,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
makes
kind of
sense.
just naturally do that. But when I started skateboarding, was probably more like with Hribar and that crew and the Patchwork dudes.
Yeah.
And I was wearing like white tees and blue jeans and they were baggy and I had S's on. You know, that's what it was back then.
Yeah.
And, you know, I grew up, even like I have 2 older sisters. They were just constantly running, as weird as it is, hip hop in my ears at all times.
Yeah.
And that's just what it was.
Ja Rule.
And
Holy shit.
Since I met him, he's
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
one.
That's a good one.
so like, I don't know. It comes around, you know. You're young and you're changing. You do what you do, and then I don't know. Once I found that was like a possibility to like just skate for Mystery and like kind of just I don't know. I
Yeah.
refound myself
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
And just like skate in what I want to skate in, and that's how I've been for since then almost. Like,
Yeah,
since the
no,
Mystery
I
days.
would say that. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think everything. I feel like your style has been the exact same since.
yeah. Like since
You
around
got
the end of
Mystery,
Zero
yeah.
days and Mystery days, like it's
Yeah.
kind of been similar. So.
And then with LRG, I feel like when LRG faded,
Dude, that
I
almost
went
helped
back
my
to
situation. I was so hyped.
and I went back to white tees and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. I was
cardigans
really
again.
hyped on that. And a lot of people, and like, I don't even know, like, not to put LRG on blast, but I don't know if they even knew, because I got on LRG right after Zero Video. And,
Oh shit! Really? Was that quick?
It was right
Wow.
after. They're like, yo,
Damn.
like, you know, I got a call from Tyrone, the team manager.
Right
and
before
he
the
was like,
Chico video. Chico gave him money, right?
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
yo,
shit, you
we
were in
saw
that,
the
though.
video,
He
we're
wasn't
hyped
in
on
it,
every
but
day.
he got on right then.
Ah.
We went to the premiere.
Yeah, like
Oh, shit.
I got on and they flew us out to the premiere, or me out to the premiere, you were there, and then
I was with you.
we whatever, we're hanging out, but it was just like cool, like this is all making sense now. Like I rap
Yeah.
a Mystery, I'm about to get on LRG. Like
Yeah.
when they reached out to sponsor me and stuff, it was like they were kind of thinking like, yo, we can send this dude skinny jeans, because they were making skinny jeans at the time.
Trying to bring
Yeah.
The
it
first
out of
box
that
I
shit.
got, skinny jeans, the shirts and everything were chilling, but it
Yeah.
was like the pants, they were sending me like their new slimmer fit.
Mm.
And like I got them, I'm like, yo, these aren't gonna work for me. Man. You know, like, and I was trying to be as nice as I could. I like responded. I was like, yo, like I love everything else. Like the box was huge, first of all. So that was already like, I was like, but how am I gonna complain about this right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like everything else was good. Like it fit me. But these pants they sent me were like these skinny jeans. And I was like, can you send me this fit? And I like responded, and they
Did
sent
you put
the
them
fit,
on?
and I mean, I tried them on. Yeah, I didn't know they were skinny jeans, and I'm like thinking about it, whatever. I don't know. And they were really skinny, but at the time, if you watch the Zero video, I was kind of wearing skinnier jeans, you know, like
Yeah, that's kind of the
Yeah,
shit.
I feel
they
like
weren't like
yeah.
skin tight, but they were.
Yeah, they were like
slimmer
straight fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they sent me these things. I don't know, and then it didn't.
These things.
Yeah.
These fucking things they
Yeah.
said.
These fuck- no. But whatever, it worked out, and then we all, I don't know, it worked out. Because I grew into the brand as well, and into LRG and all that, and it's like,
How was skating
that's
for
another
LRG?
best times of my life, dude. Best.
Yeah, it looked that.
Traveling with all those dudes, they were all cool as fuck. We went to
1947 is a sick video.
We went to
I've
amazing
heard
places.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video was awesome.
Can't find your part online though. It's kind of frustrating.
It's not online. That's
No,
crazy.
it's not. Everyone else's part's online but yours. I don't know why.
You gotta talk to somebody.
Yeah.
I remember watching that shit at the premiere. That shit
Maybe no
was
one liked
crazy.
it.
That was a fun premiere.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Nah,
of
it was
Truck?
cool.
Yeah,
But,
Truck's always
Open
cool.
bar too.
Yeah,
That was a
so
good time.
you've
Even
somehow been all these companies that have sent you. It sounds like around the fucking world.
yeah.
Like literally, like to like crazy. Like I know LRG takes crazy ass trips to crazy ass countries.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, there's
cool,
some
man.
crazy
You did all
footage in
those
their videos.
fallen, like road less traveled trips. It's nuts. How does
Yeah.
it feel to be fucking seeing the world?
Tight. It's the best. I want to keep doing it, hopefully, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
What's your favorite like obscure place you've been to skate?
Um,
Or just like anywhere in the world in
I
general.
don't
It's like
think,
not
like-
the U.S.
Shanghai.
yeah, like
Shanghai
Shanghai
was
is
so
really
tight.
sick because it has amazing skate spots and it has like a scene to be able to like hang out in,
Yeah.
like without being fully
Did
just.
Tommy show you around when you were
Yeah,
out there?
yeah, yeah.
Sick.
Oh, we went out with
Shout out
It was
Tommy's
me. Yeah,
That's
dude's
my
so
fucking-
good.
that's my
We
dog.
stayed
No,
at his
that's my
house. He
dog.
wasn't there when we were there.
Yeah, he's
He
that
was-
fucking cool.
So he put us up. It was me, Tom, Jimmy Carlin, Andrew Cannon, and Matt Price. And we
Damn.
stayed at his house while he was gone.
Yeah, he's so
Shanghai
sick.
was the best place that's my favorite place I've ever been to.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah, you too. Same question goes. Yeah, you
Yeah.
fucking traveled everywhere too.
It was
Shanghai?
the same trip. Andrew hit me up. He was
Andrew,
like,
yeah, it was with us.
He was like,
That
yo,
tight.
you think we can go to fucking Shanghai and film? And I was like, yeah. Fucking put in some numbers to Black Box. I was like, you pay for this. I don't want to talk about details. Transworld
I
might
was gonna
have
say,
theoretically paid for something. Nah, but it was
trip was sick.
Working the system, nice, nice.
Yeah.
system.
Respect.
You gotta
We
work
went
the
to
system.
fucking Shanghai. We
Yeah, it looks
stayed
like
in
paradise
Tommy's
over
house.
there.
At the time, Andrew and Matt Price stayed in the same bed together.
Damn, I wonder if they slept end to end or.
I don't know, but we
No, those
we had
dudes
it was
seem
me,
like-
Tom, and Jimmy in like a living room. It was like the smallest furniture ever, and we like had the smallest couches and like legs were touched. The sleep
It was
situation was
crazy.
Yeah.
insane.
Well, dude, everything
It was
over there
cool.
is like so fucking
Condensed.
so
Yeah.
small, yeah. But those dudes were so tight. Tommy and
Pip.
his roommate Pip, dude, that dude was
Pip
so
was the
tight.
sickest.
He took us everywhere. I don't even know if he skated, but he took us
Yeah,
everywhere
yeah.
he wanted to go.
Yeah, I think he liked skating, but wasn't
Yeah.
like really in. But
He wasn't even
was
trying
the
to.
best, dude.
He was a British
He was
dude.
English, yeah.
Yeah.
After all your time spent at Black Box, everything started starting to like dwindle down a little bit, I would say. Like, how did you know that, either of you know that there, like, you saw the writing on the wall at any point?
I mean, there was a lot of people going that were tight, that were like laid off.
Mm.
But I mean, I don't know. I didn't notice. I got called in one day and they were like, hey, do you want to take a pay cut or do you want to fucking bail out?
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that.
I was
I
like,
remember you were home at the time, I think.
yeah, we were filming. You did
We
that
were out,
Smith grind
yeah.
on that fucking weird ass colonial route.
He was home and he got a call, basically, like, shit is not tight.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it.
It
But
was
yeah.
basically like, yeah, you can continue to do your job, like 4 people's jobs, and get paid half.
Yeah,
Sure.
And
like he was
continue
gonna be
on.
Fallen, Mystery, Zero, all of the team
Jesus,
managers,
dude.
filmers,
Oh
basically.
my god.
Which it
Half the
was,
cost.
it was already at that though. Like I was already doing all
Yeah.
those.
That is insane.
But it was tight. Like I was getting paid good. They were cool. But at that point, they were like, "I'll pay you." But I was tripping. I wanted to be home. I was so homesick.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
lot
I
of
wanted
work.
to be
Yeah.
in this area.
You were, this whole entire time you lived in Black Box, right?
No.
No.
I had
Oh,
my own
no,
place.
no.
We lived in Black Box for like a week and a half, and I was buying hotel rooms 'cause it was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was like a little bit.
You had
And
like
then-
Pat Burke, dude, partying. Like, I had to wake up at 9 o'clock, and I was living in the park, and like Pat Burke would come in, like fucking hammer, like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm like, nah, dude, I gotta wake up at 9 in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
leave me the fuck alone. Like,
Damn.
but no, I had my own place for a long time, but I don't want to get in that scenario. When I was home, I lived at Mumford. Mumford was my landlord, Matt Mumford.
Mm.
Damn.
And I was staying at his place. with 2 people that worked at Black Box at the same time. They were both salespeople. And I was on the Ride to Sky tour, and we were gone for like, it was like a month and a half. And like, I was in Russia, and like, at that time, there was no international service. Like, it was terrible. But I got like a message. It was like, yo, we're fucking leaving the house. Like, we're moving here. You got to figure shit out. And I was like, I didn't think anything of it, dude. I'm in Russia. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I get home, and like, I land in like LAX. You got a 3-hour drive to San Diego. And basically, the place I was living in, Mumford moved back to his house because he had like a cut or whatever. I don't know what the hell the scenario was. But he moved back to that place and kicked me out. Everybody out. Everybody that he was like renting to. And I didn't know about it. So all my shit was in the garage. He's like, you can pick your shit up in the garage. So I get back to the house and I open the door and they have fucking...
Sorry.
Are you okay? You good?
Damn.
Can you
You're
drink,
gonna have
dude?
to edit that one
What?
out.
Can
Yeah.
you drink?
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut that one.
Alright.
But they have a dog. And the dog...
Straight back into it.
Like, I walked up into the driveway.
Hold on one second. Hold on
I
one
was trying to hold
second.
it back and it made it worse.
No, that makes it even better, dude.
Alright, you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So you're
So,
living at Mumford's, yeah.
I'm on a 2.5-month tour, and I land in LAX, and we drive 3 hours home, and I think I'm going to fucking bed. And I get back into this driveway, and this dog attacks me. Mumford's dog. Mumford moved back into the house and kicked us all out. Not that he was like malicious to me or whatever. Like he
Yeah.
just like some
Just
shit
what he
happened in
did,
his
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
It was, and I was so far gone. Like there was no international service at the time. And I get home and I'm like, this dog's attacking me. I'm like, yo, I just need to get my shit.
Yeah.
And like I shut the fence and like I'm waiting for hours for Mumford to get home. And he was like partying that. It was like a Friday. He should have been partying, like whatever. But he finally gets home and he's like, what are you doing, mate? And I'm like, trying to fucking get into my room. He's like, you don't live here anymore. And I'm like, oh shit, dude. So I grab all my shit and fucking bail on the Black Box because Black Box had like living quarters. But he was like out the next day. So he moved out and like we had no place to stay. Like
Stayed in like
shit.
the editing. Was that night we stayed in the editing room?
no, that was a different night.
Oh.
No, we got a hotel. I got a hotel for like 3
Oh
nights
yeah,
in a
yeah,
row.
yeah.
So like we were like homeless. All my shit was in my like Honda CRV, like everything I owned. Like,
Damn.
and we were just like wandering around, like nowhere to live. Like I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like I just got off this like the best tour ever, and then like now I'm like, damn, I got nowhere to live. Like the saddest part is I thought the dudes that I was living with that were at Mumford's place like bailed on me, like, and those dudes were tight. That was the saddest part about California. Those 3 dudes I lived with, like I felt like they bailed on me like that quick.
Like
Yeah.
they were homies, but
Yeah.
not really.
Exactly.
At the
Yeah.
end of
Like
it,
they knew
not
what was
really.
going on, they didn't take any
And they didn't even hit me up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you
Yeah.
can text me or send me a message, but I mean,
That
fuck,
sucks.
we made it work.
So when did you know that like mystery was slowly becoming a rap? Or have you like seen it kind of happening for a while?
I noticed it because, you know, they were, or Jamie, I guess, was in contact and he was just constantly like kind of pay cutting a little bit.
Mm.
And other people were getting, it's the same way everything happens, I
Yeah.
feel like,
Yeah.
especially within this black box situation. But, yeah, like, towards the end of it, I had Windsor, James hitting me up, like, what should we do, man? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, Mystery, they kicked him off, basically,
Oh
already.
shit.
Like, they were basically, yo, we're not gonna pay you. And to me, Jamie had told me that he was gonna pay me, like, I was out of contract, so, like, if he wanted to kick me off, cool. But he wasn't kicking me off. He said, like, yo, we'll pay you for a couple more months. And I'm like, why? You know, I didn't get it. And then we
Yeah.
caught wind that he was trying to, like, sell the brand, and we were
He was trying to keep
afraid
you
he
on
was trying to
retainer.
sell it with,
You with
some
your
team
name
members.
attached,
Yeah, use
Like,
you as an asset.
you know,
to, like,
kind of,
yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I wasn't even in contract, so I don't know.
I mean,
it
which
wouldn't matter.
to be fair isn't like a dumb decision on his
No.
part.
Yeah.
He's got to do what he's got to do.
But
it's kinda
after
shady.
hearing all these things, and I'm pretty sure Windsor quit because we were texting pretty closely at that time. And once he said he was out, I was kind of like, yo, this isn't going positive at all. So I
Yeah.
might as well get out now. And that's when I quit Mystery, technically. A lot of people think it just went out of business with, and then whatever, but technically I quit before it went out. But
So after you quit Mystery, what was going through your head? Like, did you have a company you wanted to ride for, or I guess Fallen also you quit for Fallen?
So Fallen at that time had actually already gone out of business, so I was not.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Like, didn't have a shoe sponsor, but I was still getting Mystery boards for a little bit, and getting paid for Mystery, and so I quit Mystery, and then it was like, I was kind of fucked in a way. I was like, what do I do? But I knew staying with Mystery wasn't gonna make a difference, so I was like, I might as well get out now, rather than down the road just with nothing, you know. Like, let's just make it happen now. So I had like no shoe sponsor, no board sponsor, but that's where LRG comes into play, and they fucking killed it for me.
Damn.
They were just already like such a solid company that like they kind of helped me out through that year and a half that it was that I didn't have anything. Like, they were just there, and it was enough for me to live off of, which was crazy, you know?
Shout out to Tyrone.
Shout out Tyrone, dude. That dude is the best dude, and I love him.
That dude's tight.
Going in with nothing, Cole was riding for DC, and I was like, yo, man, think I can get some shoes, you know? And he's like, yeah, and he was trying to hook me up with it, whatever, with DC. And I kind of ran with that, and that's probably when I seen like you at X Park.
Yeah.
You know, I was rocking DCs, whatever. And I don't know. There was no communication, and I knew that was not really like. That was probably a bad thing because no one cared that I was riding DC. So cool, whatever. And I didn't really know what to do, and then I didn't really get hit up by many companies, but I got hit up by this like filament brand.
Oh
man.
shit!
I don't know if that's still a thing or not.
I don't know.
Tim
if it is
think
either.
it might
Tim
be.
Gavin runs it or whatever. Is that still, I don't know if it's still a thing.
I don't know if it's still
You go to
a thing either.
Ross.
So they hit me up, and I was real skeptical about it because he's calling
made a
me,
good
he's
decision,
offering
right?
me numbers over the phone. He's being all like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's
Shit.
cool, I guess. I don't know, but something stood out to me where I was like, this is kind of weird. I don't know about this.
That's
You know,
a
I
good
don't know
call
what
on
it
your
is.
part.
It's a new brand, has nothing behind it, like except for this dude telling me that he's paying me this.
Yeah.
Heavy
And I was like-
pressure, too. He was
I was like-
pressuring heavy.
Yeah,
Really?
he was like calling
don't take
me
this now.
days. You know, like back.
If it ain't in writing,
back
it
to back.
doesn't mean shit. So.
Yeah, I never got sent anything. So I was like,
Oh really?
no.
All this whole entire time you never even got sent anything?
well, what do you mean, like
Like-
contract wise?
Or
Like
any paperwork.
shoes
or-
No, I got
nothing.
DC shoes.
No, I'm
he
saying
did, he did
this
send
dude.
me 2 pairs of filament that weren't even my size. All right, so let's go off on
Yes.
this real quick. It's
Yeah,
my
let's
fault.
ink that
It's my
contract.
kind of
Yeah.
my fault. I wear a small ass shoe size, 7.5, and at the time this brand was brand new, filament, and they did not make
Didn't have
7.5s.
samples that size yet. Yeah.
They sent me 8s. 8.5s. I think I gave one to you, and you didn't like them, and I sold the other one. And that was kind of my like, okay, these shoes look good, I guess. I don't know, kinda. And I don't. It didn't really, whatever. And then Kelly, I'd known him for a long time through LRG and through all that shit, and just a friend of mine, randomly hit me up and was like, "Yo, can I send you some S shoes?" And I'm like, "That'd be awesome, dude. Like, I grew up skating S's.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, it's back, I'm down, you know, whatever." So he sent me some shoes, and he's like, "Oh, actually, like, in 3 weeks, we're coming out there, me, Walker Ryan, who was riding for us at the time, we're coming out there to just skate. You want to skate with us?" And I was, cool, yeah. Met him up in New York, got some shoes, skated with them in New York, showed them around Philly a little bit. And then ever since then, it was kind of like a thing. You know, I didn't get paid for, like, a little bit, and then they were like, we could start paying you, and they started paying me, and whatever, and kind of grew from that, which was cool, because it was like,
It grew naturally.
it was really natural,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I did not have to do anything, which is cool, and they have been awesome, so that's kind of how that came about. But board-wise was also kind of random, like,
Did anyone send you boards after
No one
Mystery?
sent me boards.
No one
No.
like even hit you up
no
like,
boards.
yo, can I send
no
you
one hit
boards?
me up, nothing.
That's crazy.
Nothing about boards at all. I
Did you hit
skated
up
rain
anyone?
boards. I did not want to hit up anybody. I thought that I feel like, to me, that's a
Desperate.
bad look, a
Yeah.
desperate. Like,
No,
I don't
yeah,
want to reach
just
out to
curious,
anybody.
though,
It's
yeah.
not my place, you know? There was a small conversation with Primitive, but
Yeah, I remember
I
hearing
could
some
see
shit
that.
about that.
yeah, there was a small conversation with them, but it never really went anywhere. But that was cool, you know, whatever. And then I was just skating rain boards, and Rain was the shop at the time. They were
Rest in
tight.
peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, force him out.
But yeah, so they were just like hooking me up kind of, and I was skating those boards, and then Andrew Cannon reached out to me one time. I saw him at a street league event, and he was like, "Yo, do you want to skate Santa Cruz boards?" And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like maybe, you know, I'm just skating right now. I was okay. I wasn't like stressing really.
Yeah.
And then kind of like a little bit later, I was still skating rainboards. I'm still whatever. And Andrew Cannon calls me. I'm at home, and he's like, "Yo, dude, like I really want to talk to you about skating these Santa Cruz boards. Like, what do you think about that?" I'm like, kind of down. I'll try some out, you know, whatever. Like, let's see where it goes, you know. And I skated them for a little bit, and then I knew Andrew for a long time, obviously, being from the area,
Local,
whatever.
yeah.
And that kind of, I was comfortable with that, you know. It wasn't like I was talking to some random dude, but yeah, and that's kind of how that started. I got boards, and then I was like, dude, I like these boards, and I was on an LRG trip actually in China when I was first skating them. I think I went to X Park like once on a Santa Cruz board and skated it, and I was like, all right, it's pretty good. And then I went to China and took 4 of them with me. And I skated them throughout that China trip. I was like, damn, these boards are good. And I was talking to Tyrone TM at the time. I'm like, yo, what do you think about me skating for Santa Cruz? He's like, I think that's fucking dope, man. Like, he was like, I think that's sick. Like, those dudes are solid. Like, I think it's a good crew over there.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. And at this time, he's like, Tyrone he's a good friend of mine. I was like, all right.
He's a
Cool.
good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He like knows the industry. He's
Yeah.
Definitely feel like it
rad as
helped
fuck.
when they brought Andrew into the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've known him
'Cause,
forever. Like,
I mean, obviously his job now at Santa Cruz, if people don't know, is
Cover.
Oh yeah.
He's cover
Flex
boy.
The cover real quick.
yeah, there he goes.
Cover.
Yeah, we can zoom in on that.
He's,
post, but-
he's the brand manager of Santa Cruz. But I
Yeah.
feel like before him, I mean, obviously Santa Cruz had like a brand image that maybe you and I thought of before him, but now it's more relevant to say.
Yeah,
You
they're
know what I
keeping
mean?
it moving
Well, when
forward.
Tom switched front heel to Love, Andrew Cannon was there with the fucking
He was
sign.
there.
Nah,
Oh, shit.
really?
He
Yeah.
put me on, yeah.
Yeah, we got there and
Team
The second
Asta
time
or
or the
something.
first time?
yeah, I shipped lights out from Black Box, and
Are you serious?
through the flight, all the bulbs blue.
Oh, of course, yeah. Were they
And
Toyotas?
Yeah, so
Of course they both blew
So
out.
Mulhern was there. Mulhern fucking
Shout out Hearn.
I got lights. Shout out Mulhern. Mulhern's
Yeah.
tight too. So he found one light. It wasn't even 2. I think he was like searching for everywhere, and he found one light. It was at the top, and we lit it with that one light. It looked great. And Andrew Cannon was there with a sign. Go Team Asta. Had nothing to do with anything. I don't even know how he was there. I think Mathis,
know why he was there
Chris
either.
Mathis knew about
That's
it
so
too.
sick.
Like, and like they were there rooting on. It was like such a small session too. It was like Mulhern, Mathis, Andrew Cannon, and Tom. And he made the switch front heel that night. But you still have the sign at your house, right?
No, dude,
Rain
Rain
had
had
the
it,
sign.
so it's lost, probably. It's
Oh,
gone.
man, that
It was
sucks.
Go Team Asta.
I don't know where it is.
Yeah. But Andrew Cannon was there.
I have the
with switch front
board.
heel.
That's the only thing. I have not even the switch front heel board. I have the board that I switch heeled it on.
Oh, you still have the
I
board?
kept that.
That's
Yeah,
tight.
it's at my parents' house.
What was harder for you to do, switch heel or switch front heel?
The switch front heel.
You did the
I
switch
went-
front heel twice, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was there the first time you did it. I
When
was
the
skating-
crowd was there.
I was
dude.
skating.
There was a lot of people there
I was
that night,
skating
yeah.
love with my buddy Andre, and then you just showed up and they lit up the gap, and we're like, oh, I guess we're chilling. And then we saw that go down. I was like, oh, that was sick. And then I remember watching the footage of it, and it was different. I was like, what the fuck?
It was like hands
That's why I
down.
did
Like
it
yeah,
again.
I did
It
it
wasn't
twice.
good. Everyone was okay with it except for me.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
like,
dude,
yo, this
yeah, I
isn't
don't know.
cool, man.
I never ollied the love gap, so like that would have been.
No,
How
I-
sick was it
I-
that
felt
night
some-
that Pete
some type of
rolled
way
up
about
and just
that.
Yeah.
ollied it out of
Yo.
nowhere all
Yeah,
drunk?
that was crazy.
That was the best
He
one
ollied
all
that
night.
shit. Everybody that skates that gap, like starts from the street and runs.
Nah,
And,
he
like,
just-
that gap's big as shit.
Yeah.
He
He
cruised
took
it,
like
huh?
2 pushes.
Oh, he rolled
and
through like
that.
boosted that
Dude.
shit.
He was
It
like,
so
he
crazy.
like came from the bar like 1 push. 2
It
pushes,
seriously
like-
was He looked so easy when he ollied it. I could not believe
It's the
it.
best.
That gap is huge.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any other tricks you wanted to try on it? Or that was it? Switch heel, switch front heel, that you were
No,
happy?
during the last days, I thought of trying to switch back heel it, but it was cold as fuck.
Yeah, it's
So
like the
that was
worst.
just-
I mean,
thought.
hey,
That's
man,
as far as that went, I
People
thought.
were out there trying it when it was cold as fuck.
I know, but not this guy. I was
But
on
they
the
didn't make
sidelines
it
like,
either.
you got it, dude. Switch tray, let's go.
It was cold
Yeah.
as shit. Dude.
No, it
Keros-
wasn't for me.
back to
It's
the
better to be a
kerosene heater.
spectator.
Yeah, it was
than
just-
to
I was
say, holy
chilling. It
shit.
wasn't-
That was
Alright, so what's next? What are you boys up to? next?
Me, I'm not.
You're not up to
nothing,
shit.
nah.
You're retired after Black Box.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, pretty much.
Does he still call you every now and then, give him advice?
No, I'll still film.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Him? No, I'll still film. If he needs to film something, I will. But
Yeah.
it's not like a pressing matter. Before it was like,
Your fucking job.
Before
Yeah,
it was
we would
just like
do it,
every
like-
time we were out, he was filming, and it's not.
but now it's just like I'd rather
Be that way.
skateboard than film. Like I just want to
Yeah.
skate. Like
Just want to have
if
fun.
Yeah,
I get
fuck
2
it.
hours off, I want to skate.
Yeah.
I mean, if he needs to film something, I will. But it's not like I don't give a
It ain't that
shit
deep,
now.
yeah.
no. And it's different. I mean, skateboarding is different. Like
Yeah.
it's like, are you gonna film with a real camera or an iPhone?
iPhone.
It's
Or
going to go to
Instagram,
Instagram or it's
like,
going to
yeah.
go to a project.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
Whole new
don't-
beast.
You can't even fucking call it. Like it's
Yeah.
it's not like it was.
Yeah.
And I think that sucks. That's a different topic.
No.
Yeah, I think a lot
I'm
of
like a
people
hard
agree
copy
with you.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
about
burns
skate videos.
skateboarding, dude.
So-
Skateboarding
That's
was
weird. I see it too. Even the shit that I film and I put out on Instagram is like.
Yeah, you do
Shit,
some
I
crazy
could've
shit
put
on
that in my part,
Instagram.
you know? But a lot of times, no, a lot of
I could have
times
put
the
that
thing-
in my part.
I
That's
know,
it.
but a lot of times it's the fact of like me just being out skating and not having a legit filmer, not having anybody to film
Yeah.
it. It's like, or it's just easier, like, just film this, and then it's like next thing I know, I'm like, fuck, I haven't filmed the trick in a while, but I posted a whole lot of Instagrams, like that were okay,
Yeah.
and it probably could have worked for something, but I don't know, man. It's just like actually filming tricks it's the best, but it's like it's more of a mission, if you
Yeah.
don't have like someone just there to always do it, you know what I mean?
Oh, he'll
Yeah.
send me a clip, and I'm like,
Could have filmed that.
fuck, dude, that was insane.
Dude, you
And he's like, oh, I just put it on a tripod at the skate park. And I'm like,
Yeah,
still,
like-
nobody's ever done that trick.
Yeah,
Like,
you did some
post
shit
it.
at
And he's like, I
Radnor
filmed
that
it
was
by
like
myself. I can't post it. I'm like, what are you
back
talking
tail.
about? Dude?
At
That's
Radnor, you
insane.
set up the two boxes. You did back tail.
That was fucked.
backside
Oh,
flip.
The one you know is
Yeah, which is fucking insane.
insane.
And I was like, damn. I remember seeing that. I was like, fuck.
I remember seeing that, and I
I
texted him.
know.
I was
It
like, that's the
kinda
most
sucks in a
insane
way,
thing I've
but it's
ever
like-
seen in my life.
Yeah,
also,
that's
it's like
pretty
shit.
crazy.
I don't know the next time I'm gonna put out a full part.
Yeah.
Like, am I supposed to just like? I mean, people do it. People make it happen. Like, I don't really have a job, so for me to like, not, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me to just
Yeah.
not do anything feels crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like Instagram's the one way, kind of out of it a little bit. I can post to
Yeah.
Instagram, people see it, companies are psyched on it,
Yeah,
and
they're
then
like,
that's
You're,
it.
you're promoting the
productive,
shit.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
as
you're
whack as that
skating.
sounds, it probably does. but
Nah, I
whatever.
mean, dude, you're clearly ripping,
And
so it
then,
doesn't
like,
really matter.
But on the real aspect of it, I am filming for a Santa Cruz park coming out in summer.
Sick.
So I got that going, and then I also have a colorway for S coming out in February. I
That'll
have
be
some
sick.
like a mini
Oh,
part
the
for
colorway
that.
is so tight.
Yeah.
They were in his like trunk today. I was like, yo, let me get those.
Yeah. S is doing a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
They're doing it right.
So I got a little mini part coming out for the colorway. I got, working on some real shit for a Santa Cruz video in summer.
Damn, multiple parts dropping. SOTY 2018.
Hopefully. Oh, I'm going for it.
Yeah, you starting your campaign run now?
Who won
Let's
this
get
year?
it.
Throw the
Jimmy
advertising
Nazi?
money into
Jimmy
it.
Foy.
Jimmy, oh yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah,
kid's
He's
good.
tight,
Yeah.
dude, yeah.
He's fucked.
But yeah, so there's some real shit in the works, but Instagram's crazy, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's a weird. I don't
Do
know.
kids
It's a
ever
weird
like
place.
DM you like the craziest shit?
Do you answer
get a lot of
DMs?
weird DMs.
Yeah.
I have it set so that like anybody I'm friends with comes through straight away. Anybody else, I have to like check my DMs, and I get these
Yeah, it
message
says like
requests.
it says like requested. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Does it
good.
go down in the DM?
Hey, sometimes it goes down, dude. Now I'll sometimes tell her like random shit. I'll be like, dude, this guy just sent me some shit, like whatever. I'll like
Always got it.
he always got. Nah, but like whatever. It's some weird shit for sure on Instagram. I don't really want to get into it, but
No, that's cool. It's a fucking. I hate it, but I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not into the whole. I don't know. I guess I grew up watching skate videos and like. I don't know. That whole.
I mean, I agree.
Just the way. But it's the way things go, and
Yeah.
things move forward, and that's the way it's got to be.
That was the
Yeah.
best shit.
It's just for
Skate
me, it's
videos,
like-
Yeah.
team videos. Was the
Buying
best.
physical copies of a video is like
we'll always
the
the
best shit
best
ever.
shit. Yeah.
Totally.
I don't know if that means as much to like kids that are just getting into it now, but that's kind of. I mean, it sucks for them.
I remember
Like,
watching the America video when Reynolds closed it.
Yeah, This Is Skateboarding
That
was like.
Yes. that
Dying
was
to Live was the
best
first.
shit.
This Is Skateboarding was probably the second. But like, I still have those like. Dying to Live is a VHS that I still have.
Damn.
I still have
So you're
This Is Skateboarding on fucking DVD. It's all fucked
This Is
up. I don't
Skateboarding
know
was
if
the
it'll even
best.
play, but
Reynolds part.
still
dude.
have it.
I remember I was
Yeah.
at the premiere. I was like, that was the best shit I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Reynolds.
it's a different beast, but
It is a different beast.
you
and
know,
it sucks, but
skateboarding's
it's still
still fun. So
I agree with that.
yeah, as long as
still
skating's still
skateboard.
fun, that's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Is the Santa Cruz part, is that going to be in a full video or is that solo?
I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I will.
Go ahead.
As of right now, it's supposed to be-
Yeah,
We're
we
good.
interviewed
Yeah,
candidates,
yeah,
so we're
we're
chilling.
It's supposed to be around, like, basically it's going to be me and that dude, 8-Baller.
Yeah.
Are the two main parts. And then it's going to be probably
It's
a
a good
montage.
opposite scenario.
Yeah.
Kind of like they did the
Game of skate and turn to pro. And you guys skate each other's boards. I always thought that, I
A
thought
little
that was
bit.
really
That
cool.
was cool.
I thought
Yeah,
that was
that
really
was
cool.
sick.
But also they did the AM video recently.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah,
That
that
was
pretty
like
cool, too.
2 parts, a montage of the team,
Jeremy
kind of
Nibs
situation.
fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
So it'll
Well,
be
if
like
it's-
that. I feel like so maybe not a full length, but
If
it'll
it's
be
more
like
than
10
minutes,
yeah.
Andrew, make fucking copies.
Yeah, please, please.
So we'll see, but it should be sick. I'm psyched to film for it. So.
Can't be mad at him. He's got a cover right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Cover boy, make copies. Well,
Your
boys.
hometown, dude.
Thank you
I
for
sent
fucking.
him, dude. He had to add it. I was a kickflip back blunt on the table. I fucking shot a photo of him and sent it to him today. I was like, he's like, that was my favorite trick for years. Kickflip back blunt.
That's
Andrew
honorable.
Cannon.
Well, boys, thank you for fucking shooting the shit.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks for coming
Oh,
through.
yeah.
Shoot the shit for
Yeah.
days, dude.
Yeah, we
Stay
can be here
warm
for
in the
hours.
skate
We
shop.
gotta wrap it
Yeah.
up eventually.
Let you guys get out of here.
We have some ladies that look a little tired.
Yeah, you guys are troopers.
Or
You've
hungry.
been in. Yeah, you've been here for a minute.
Or
so
hungry.
appreciate it. All right, that'll send it.
Sunday, motherfucker!